What's up YouTube? It's Jordan here with J-Dubs Aquatics, bringing you a quick video for my Do's and Don'ts series. This week's topic is going to be filter maintenance. So I'll tell you quickly a few kinds of filters out there that are most commonly used. Sponge filters are very common. You probably can't see the one behind me here, but sponge filter is very simple. It's usually ran by a bubbler or a power head, but bubblers are the best way to go, I think. So you run an air line to it, and as it draws air up, it sucks water through the filter and creates a surface for that biological bacteria to build up. And also it's mechanical filtration, as the particles will build up on the sponge. So then you got your hang-on back filters. There's some internal filters. I don't really like the internal filters myself. They tend to get kind of mucky and dirty fast. I have under gravel filters. Those are starting to get pretty uncommon these days. There are a few people out there that still use them, but I don't really know much about them. Canister filters are getting pretty popular. I use canisters on almost all my aquariums. Anything that's over 30 gallons, I've got a canister on it. The 75, I've got two pretty big canisters on it. My Malawi tank, it's a 125. I've got two very large canister filters on that. Either one could handle the tank on their own. But anyway, these are some of the very common kinds of filters out there, so I'll talk about how you should clean them. You should be cleaning your filter at least once a month. If it gets dirtier faster than that, you have a large bio load, clean it every 2 weeks. If it's still getting dirty super fast, clean it every week if you have to. But it all depends on your bio load. Most people usually do it every 2 weeks to every month, which is pretty normal. And I usually try to do my canisters once every 2 weeks, so each canister gets cleaned once a month. It's always good to alternate and do each filter separate at different days, usually a few days to a week apart if you can. If not even 2 weeks apart is great, so you don't mess with the biological bacteria that's keeping your tank cycled and both of your filters at the same time. Don't ever clean your biomedia with tap water. The only thing you should ever be cleaning it with is aquarium water. What I do is fill up a 5-gallon bucket and put all my biomedia trays from my canister into the aquarium water, and I let them sit while I clean the filter. If you have a canister, make sure you rinse it out really well. Hang-on back filters, things like that, make sure you take all your media out. Rinse it out really well. Put your biomedia into the bucket, and then by the time you're ready to put your filter back together, what I like to do is just swish off the biomedia in the 5-gallon bucket of aquarium water, shake it around real good and get as much of the detritus off as you can, and then you can put your filter back together. Don't ever fill your canister up with tap water. You will kill all of your biological bacteria, and your tank is likely to go through a mini cycle, which can be very dangerous for your fish. So if it looks dirty, clean it. Don't be lazy with your filter. It's one of the most important things about your aquarium. It needs to be kept up on, and your fish are depending on you. I like to do with my canister filter, by the way, or my hang-on back filters. A lot of the times they need to be primed. And since I just had tap water in there anyway, there's going to be traces of chlorine and stuff like that in there, even though it's going to be very small amounts. I like to be sure. So I'll usually put a little bit of tap water conditioner and a little bit of stress zyme to boost the biological bacteria before I put my filter back on the tank. So I'll fill it up with aquarium water, put some stress zyme and stress coat in it, or whatever brand you use, and then you're good to go. Plug your filter back in. So that's about it. If you have any comments or suggestions for next week's topic, leave it in the comments below. Thanks for checking out the video today, and happy fish keeping.